Okay. I've waited long enough, and now the time has come.
Please keep your radio all set, turned on. Let's go.
So all you people, don't be surprised. It's just a little thing called
The Robin Fez Show.
It is the Robin Fez Show, live, back from vacation, live in the 11 a.m. hour, 106.7 WJFK.
I'm Ron, there's Fez.
Hiya.
We were on a vacation for a week.
A vacation from our problems.
And pretty much took the entire time off not watching any television or reading the newspaper or magazines. So it makes this show a little difficult to do today.
Yeah, because apparently there was probably some news going on during the past week. Lord knows what happened.
But you could actually say to me, dogs get the vote, and I would actually go with the bet because I'm not far in the dark.
You would have to believe me. You would have to.
I'd be like Chihuahuas, too. I don't know. I can't imagine.
Not all breeds. That'll come later.
Well, it's good to see you, and it's good to be back, Fez.
Very nice.
Well rested. This whole summer vacation thing, I like the idea of it.
I'm in for it. Let's take another week next month.
All right, what's the big news? What's happening, Fezzy? What have I missed?
Well, all weekend long, it was all the president's men were hitting the news circuit explaining that those 16 words, that's the new catchphrase, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Now that you're back from vacation, this is the new catchphrase you want to know. 16 words. When the president in the State of the Union address said that Iraq was trying to buy uranium from Africa.
And, of course, they keep showing the clip of Bush going, and we understand. And he's just, it's his pussiest thing he's ever said.
It's such a bad soundbite to have.
And it's basically like something that your mom would say. And now they're, according to England, they're buying uranium. And he's just, it's not the best thing of him, but his troops are out there, the dogs are out there. Nothing better when the Republican Party decides to turn on themselves. They will eat their own.
It's very nice. Now, Condoleezza Rice, Donald Rumsfeld, they were hitting the circuit saying that, yes, that sentence was inaccurate. It should have been left out of the State of the Union address, but it wasn't completely wrong.
No, not according to England.
So I don't know what that even means.
England? And they're still going, England still believes it. And, you know, when you bring up British intelligence, all I'm thinking of 007. And Rumsfeld, as last we heard from Miss Moneypenny, seemed like everything was right.
Roger Moore seemed to have some good advice on this.
That Rumsfeld is such a bulldog. If you really look at the analogy, Fezzy, that the Bush administration are the bad frat house in Animal House, and I do believe that they are. If you're gonna fall for that, then you got to say that Donald Rumsfeld is Dean Wormer, because he is just the bad guy in every movie, and you're like, why would anybody want to listen to him just for the way he looks and talks? Why would you have any faith in this guy?
Apparently, Iraq has been on double secret probation this entire time, and we never knew it.
And that's what he said. He said, basically, we were going to get Iraq out of the school.
He's actually kind of like a Mr. Wolf, too, from Pulp Fiction. He's the cleaner that the president sends in.
Well, obviously, the president was nuts that day, so it's all better now.
What's funny is we go back to the 16 words. That clip of the State of the Union address, you can see President Bush doesn't want to say that sentence. Like, it's already come up that maybe you shouldn't have said this in the speech. He says it so quietly, like you mentioned, like he knows something in the back of his mind. If I whisper this, maybe no one will notice.
And I love how quick the Republicans are to blame each other. How quick can we make somebody the fall guy for this and drop it?
Get George Tenet.
Yeah, they're always ready to throw somebody out who's given their whole life to these guys.
Now, here's some poll numbers from Newsweek magazine. 45% of all Americans believe that the Bush administration misinterpreted or misanalyzed intelligence reports that claimed Iraq had banned weapons of mass destruction.
So they just think that he made a dumb mistake.
Right. So not that he lied.
Yeah.
Not that he misrepresented. That he misinterpreted or misanalyzed.
And started a war. Hey, we all skin and bone, Fezzy. What are we going to do? We're flesh and blood.
So the people aren't upset It's like you're asking him, do you think he lied or do you think he's just stupid? And people seem to be satisfied with, okay, he's just slow.
Maybe that's what should be the next thing, liar or dummy. Which is he?
People seem to be okay with the dumb one.
I do think that he's dumb. But I also think that he lied. So is there a C on there? Is he a lying dummy?
Any sort of dumb liar is a bad combo for a president of the United States.
Dean Warmer on line 3, Mr. President.
Now, also the president's approval rating for how he's handled the Iraqi situation, that's fallen to 53%. That's down from 65% in May and 74% in April.
So wake up. Hello, America. Wake up. Hey, America, you slept the last few months.
I had a weird dream that we invaded Iraq for no reason.
America, wake up. A couple kids are dying every day.
Give me just another couple months of soldiers getting killed, Ma.
America, wake up. The Clinton go-go years are over. America, wake up. You're out of work and your kids are getting shot.
Just let me sleep till Hillary's in office.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
And the president's approval rating, that's fallen from 61% last month to 55%. He's now out of the 60s.
I'm telling you, Fezzy, if this country was a ship, we'd be diving off of it into the oily, burning waters. People would just be leaping off.
Cheney, Powell, Rice, and Rumsfeld are that string quartet on the deck of the Titanic. Just playing as the ship goes down.
All right, just say those names again, Fezzy, and feel the hair on your arms go up.
Cheney, Powell, Rice, and Rumsfeld.
It's the scariest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Whoa, the horsemen! Whoa!
It seems like that's what we should be saying on the bat phone, the Batman.
Diamonds are forever, and so is the Bush administration. Whoa!
And actually, when they were bringing up all the bad stuff the other day, when Rumsfeld said, well, most of us are still rich. How can the economy bad? Everybody I know has got big money.
Tim Russert, I'll show you my checking account balance right now. Tell me things are bad.
I'm telling you, he'll actually bite Russert when those two. And what happened with the press? Well, now the press has woken up.
Oh, yeah.
Over the weekend, the press went, hey, what the hell went on here the last 2 years?
They're trying to get scooped by the BBC.
Yeah, that's a big part of it, I'm sure. But and here's what kills me. All right, so now they're saying that the president read this stupid thing. It's not his fault, of course. Cell phone again?
Cell phone. I don't know who it is if you want to answer it.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
So, yeah, it shows you exactly where the forged document came from that said that Iraq was trying to buy uranium from Africa.
Fez is on the air right now.
Who is it? Let's see, who's on Fez's cell phone? It's a game we play here on the Ron and Fez show.
1 second. It's your about your house.
Oh.
So you better take that one. All right, so here's what kills me, Fez.
Hello?
You're basically looking at the fact where they're going, yes, it was a forged document, but nobody from the media and apparently nobody from the White House ever says to themselves, hey, who forged this document and why? What was in these people's best interest that we would go to war against Iraq? Nobody seems to want to know that. It doesn't sound like it would be some kind of teenage prank.
Ronnie, I can't think about that right now. My new home, the air conditioner's leaking all over the new carpet.
Things are working out great for you, aren't they?
Oh, what a great vacation this was. Now I have a leak. Bigger than the one the White House has.
When you said you had a leak in your carpet, I thought for sure it was you. I thought, well, you know, you're moving, you get up in the middle of the night, you have a little nightmare.
You don't know where the bathrooms are in a new place. You stumble around, next thing you know, you're taking one on the stereo.
It's always a problem. All right, so that's basically the thing. Everybody's waking up over the weekend and finally saying, why did we go to Iraq and how are we getting out?
And when?
And, you know, here's the thing that kills me about the guys that have been in Iraq now. There's nothing set up where other troops or fresh troops are coming in and replacing them. It's the same guys sitting there.
Right.
8-9 months at a time.
As they start to go stir crazy, just sitting there and getting shot at and everything else, they're all going to turn into Colonel Casanova, who was stationed in Afghanistan too long and started proposing to fat and tall girls across the country.
The other thing that got to me over the weekend is somehow all the little Democrats running for president, those dwarves, have all woken up and grown balls and decided to take on the president on this issue of Iraq.
Finally, as they've gotten together and figured, okay, wait a minute, now's the time to strike.
Yeah. And I'm like, all right, real ballsy, but you waited until everybody else got annoyed. We need leaders, not for people to go, hey, the poll numbers have gone south, so I'm going to come up and stand up and say something against Iraq. You should have been able to say this before it went on without being worried about the right burying you as being anti-American for daring to ask the question, why are we sending troops into a country when the rest of the world thinks it's insane?
Nobody was going to take that chance. Nobody was going to step up to the plate and take that role.
You know who did? Sean Penn. And maybe people in the country should now go back and say, Sean, we said that you were an idiot, and we were the idiots. You know, they should say to the Dixie Chicks.
Sean Penn is an idiot. He was just right.
And you know what? Maybe now we go back to the Dixie Chicks and go, can we buy some of your hats and shirts? You were right. As a country, we were wrong. We go back to Mr. Mike Farrell and say, you know something, sir? MASH actually improved.
It did not. Mike Farrell ruined MASH.
That has nothing to do with anything, Fez. We're talking about our country right now.
I'll never apologize to Mike Farrell. You know that.
Would you apologize to the Dixie Chicks?
No, I won't apologize to the Dixie Chicks either.
Sean Penn?
No. Sean Penn? I'm trying to remember Sean Penn. Sean Penn actually left Baghdad mad, right?
Yeah,
saying he got used.
He went there before the war took place and said, I'm looking around and I don't see a big deal here.
Sean Penn found as many weapons of mass destruction as our government.
I wish Bush would say, I don't know, maybe there aren't any. When you get behind that guy.
Yes, if someone would just be honest for a change.
Yeah.
Yes.
Said, geez, I don't know. I was all caught up and everything. It all seemed crazy. Look at them. They look exactly like the guys from 9/11.
If somebody said something, you know what? This guy was a bad guy, and he wasn't any good for the world as it was, and that's why we took him out. You know, it was a vendetta. It was a grudge. Yeah, then, you know what? At least that's honest.
Well, the problem is, that's what they should have been saying before we went in there. But they wouldn't have got the rest of us to go, okay, let's go in and get them. Because, the president ran on the fact that we weren't going to be the world's policeman, that we weren't going to be excited and pressed whether we're rebuilding somebody else's nation.
He was the uniter, not the divider, Roddy.
Well, he's united the world against us. Thank God for that. We stand alone now with the uniter.
Now, the new Iraqi Governing Council, they had their first meeting, and one of the first orders of business they took care of was they made a new holiday.
Good. Because
that's nice when you're the new bosses and it's like you start giving yourself days off.
Yeah, if it's anything this country needs, it's another day off. Come on, boys.
So there's a new holiday in Iraq. It's April 9th. That's the day that Baghdad fell to the Allied troops. It's the day that the big Saddam statue got torn down.
Let's face it. Call it Dean Wormer Day. And everybody carries around posters of Dean Wormer and Donald Rumsfeld.
Now, I like the fact that this new governing council that the U.S. appointed is allowed to meet, but they will not be introduced to the public because the public hates them.
Yeah.
Their faces can't be seen.
Yeah, it's going to be another thing where the government is wearing masks.
So some of the other things they brought up is they'd like less torture. It's more of a focus group.
Yeah, what we want to do is more parades and less shocks to the nipples.
How about some ice? Ice would be nice. I've heard about it. It's cold.
What are these gelates and Italian ices that I keep hearing about?
And for the parade, can we get a really big name like Mr. John Tesh? Can we get someone in? So
the first thing that they've actually done for themselves is had a holiday of the day that the Americans came in. So, I mean, basically they know where their bread is buttered right now.
Right, yeah. So they've already named it, Happy Statue Fell Down Day.
Why don't you just do what the president wants and start celebrating Christmas?
That's the holy holiday we're interested in.
Yeah, that's what we want you to become, little Christians. We want the rest of the world to love Jesus like we do. All right, Fezzy, we're going to take a break. We're right back. Vacation's over for us, so...
Man, that was fast.
Yeah, we got to turn it around and start getting involved again. It's the Ron and Fez show.